Hello again, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. I'm your host, Prince Magnum, and welcome to Two Sides of the Same Coin. Well, it's time to begin Vera's comeback. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to start off with is the starter solenoid, or just the solenoid. Now this is usually on your Fords mounted to the fender, usually held there by a couple of bolts. What I did was I removed the bolts and kind of moved it away from the fender. Mounted the new one and just took the old wires and mounted them back in the same exact order that I put them on, that they were on the old one. Not a big deal, it's pretty easy to do. I'd like to show you more footage on how it's done, but unfortunately I accidentally deleted it. Now, a little inside tip, these are usually put on there with some pretty big sheet metal screws, but the holes have kind of wallered out over time, rust, and everything else, so sheet metal screws won't cut it anymore. So what we had to do was we had to run a bolt through one of them, and if you look closely enough at Spirit, you'll actually see that there's actual bolts running all the way through with nuts on the other side. It's just a little inside trick that you might try. It's very easy to do, and solenoids don't cost hardly anything. Real easy, real easy. It can be done in like half an hour if you want to take your time. Now the starter, oh man. Starters for these old cars are pretty doggone heavy. Don't see too many of them that are light. There you actually see in this camera shot that both starters, we went ahead and turned the old one back in. I didn't see any reason to keep it, and I've never rebuilt a starter, and I don't see any reason why I'm going to start doing that now. I mean, I just didn't see any need in it. So we got the new one mounted. We discovered, though, that the battery is junk. So come payday, we're going to get a new battery. It should hopefully be the last thing I need to get for this project. Hopefully. Don't quote me on that. And because it's so doggone heavy, we actually had to have help from a neighbor. But do remember on some of them, make sure that the bolt that you took it out of goes back in the same spot that, when you go to put it back on, that it goes back in the same way. Alright, so two pieces now on Project Vera. We're closer to putting her back on the road again. The clock is ticking because we're going to try to get both Vera and Spirit at that charity car show on the 29th of October to help bring in money for the family that had their big loss. All right, that brings us to the end of this episode. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Get out there and work on a project, be it that do-it-yourselfer. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. And above all, if nobody has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.